The train was late. Again, crowds pressed against each other on the platform, sighing, muttering, scrolling through their phones. But at the far end, away from the noise, a janitor was mopping a spill near the stairs. His name was David. Few people noticed him, even fewer cared, until a sharp voice cut through the crowd. "Watch where you're going." A woman in a tailored suit had slipped. Her coffee splattered across her white blouse. Gasps rippled through the platform. Her heels had caught the wet patch David was still mopping. Now all eyes turned on him. "You can't even clean properly," she snapped. David's hand froze on the mop. His cheeks burned. He opened his mouth to apologize, but the crowd's whispers drowned him out. Careless, useless, always the same. But then something unexpected happened. A boy, maybe 14, wiry and restless, stepped forward. His school bag hung crooked, his shoes scuffed. Most would have ignored him, but his voice was steady. "It wasn't his fault," the boy said. The woman turned, bristling. "Excuse me?" The sign was clear, wet floor. "You were too busy shouting into your phone to see it." The platform went still. A teenager defending a janitor against someone clearly powerful. The woman's lips thinned. She spun on her heel and stormed off toward another carriage. David stared at the boy. In 20 years of work, no one had ever spoken up for him. Not once. He whispered, "Thank you." The boy shrugged. "You looked like you needed it." Then he melted back into the crowd. The train arrived. Passengers pushed inside, and the moment seemed to vanish. But David couldn't forget it. Days later, in a different part of the city, he saw the same boy again. This time, sitting on the curb outside a shop, his school bag open, pages of homework fluttering in the wind. He was scribbling furiously, lips moving, as if solving problems no one else could see. David approached cautiously. "You defended me the other day," he said. The boy looked up, startled, then smiled faintly. "Oh, that was you. Why aren't you in class?" David asked. The boy hesitated. "I go when I can. But mine works 2 jobs. If I don't help at the shop, we don't eat." David sat beside him. For a long time, neither spoke. Then the boy pushed his notebook toward him. "Math. I love it. Keeps me sane." Equations, theories, ideas that shimmered with raw genius. David blinked. "You did all this?" The boy nodded. "One day, I'll use it to build something big. Something that lasts." That night, David went home with the boy's words echoing in his mind. He had lived invisible his whole life, but perhaps he had been put here to notice someone else before the world did. Weeks passed. Quietly, David began saving from his modest wages, skipping meals, walking instead of taking the bus, until one day he handed the boy a small envelope. "What's this?" "Your entry fee," David said, "for the city math competition. You're going to show them what you can do." The boy's eyes filled with tears. "But why me?" David smiled faintly. "Because once you saw me, now it's my turn." Months later, under the bright lights of a crowded auditorium, that boy stood at a podium, solving a problem that left professors speechless. Applause thundered. Cameras flashed. He had won. And at the very back, hidden in the shadows, David clapped until his hands ached. No one saw him. No one knew the role he had played, but he knew. Sometimes the greatest acts of kindness don't make headlines. Sometimes they live quietly, pass from one unnoticed soul to another, until the world has no choice but to pay attention.